Hey everyone, it's been a bit. Happy Thursday. We're on the 24th of April 2025, and today we'll be doing a couple of things before I head off to my trip. So yeah, this will be the last stream for those of you that haven't been up to date. This will be the last stream before I go on my trip, which I'll be away for 2 weeks. So I'll get back around the second week of May, something like that. And that's when we'll continue with regular streams. But today, we're going to focus primarily on doing a quick tier list update for my Metroidvanias that I've played, as I've now completed an additional 2. And then we'll play some chill games with some SotN and Bleach Dark Souls later. Yeah, that's the plan for today. We can just go ahead and get started. So yeah. Recently, I played through both Castlevania Portrait of Ruin and Metroid Samus Returns. Portrait of Ruin is part of the blind race. For those of you who didn't catch it, that was the most recent VOD on this channel, so feel free to catch the conclusion of it on the live tab of this channel. But Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, so this game was probably the DSvania that I enjoyed the most. I'm kind of sad that I didn't play it sooner, but at the same time, playing it last ended up kind of working out. Hi there, Smiling Man. Hope all is well. Playing it last kind of worked out because Portrait of Ruin, I think, showcases like the greatest amount of polish and care for like distinct mechanics out of all the latter portion Castlevania Metroidvania games that I played. It does a good job of highlighting the differences between the two characters that you play as, Charlotte and Jonathan. They both excel in different ways, both combat-wise and movement-wise, and their movesets feel great to experiment with, so that was something that I greatly appreciated while playing. Also, the fact that the story is kind of set in the same Castlevania setting that we typically see, right? But it has these two characters that are kind of unfamiliar with the way Castlevania works, but they have like at least a surface level understanding to like get through it, right? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool rendition of like Castlevania itself. I think when I was reading the dialogue, it's like, oh yeah, these kids are kind of like, it reminds me of like a spin-off kind of where you have characters that might be like a fan of the OGs, but now they're put inside the game themselves or something like that. And like, sometimes it cannot work out. Sometimes it ends up just being a flop when you do it like that. But I think for this particular game, it was pretty cool. My channel is great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, I'm hoping that for Portrait of Ruin, I'm hoping to play it again. And when I do get to play it again, I'm hoping that I get to see the dialogue and the story in a different light, because I did kind of speed through the dialogue during the blind race, right? But when I play it again, I want to make sure to absorb the dialogue a bit more deeply and also take a closer look at the side quest. But yeah, in terms of like just the polish of the gameplay, the mechanics, the combat, the movement, the layout of the castle is excellent as well. Feels like an upgraded version of Dawn's castle layout, where Dawn sometimes had some weird sections where you wouldn't really traverse to that part of the castle except with the exact progression ability that you need to get. Whereas at least Portrait, I feel like more of the castle is opened by individual progression abilities, and you get the progression abilities much more quickly in general. Like you get like the push cube, you get the partner stay, you get the partner shoulder jump, you get the frog. Like you get like progression abilities like back to back to back in Portrait of Ruin. So it feels like you're always making progress, and it feels like you're always able to open up part of the castle rather than like, oh, this part of the castle closed off by exactly one progression ability you need, which is like the time stop, for example, Zephyr in Dawn of Sorrow. That was the case. There's also the case with what else? With a Bat. I mean, Bat is going to be like that in general, but for this game, it didn't feel like there's like a large section of the game that's locked off by exactly one thing. It felt like you're just constantly getting small things that gradually improved your ability to navigate and open up the castle. So that felt great. I already mentioned great things about the combat, but I want to specify it. The boss fights and Portrait of Ruin are pretty solid overall. A couple bosses I wasn't a fan of. The Cauldron boss where you have to hit it and then it gets out of the pot and then, you know, you have to hit the top of its head. I didn't like that boss very much. I think that boss kind of disturbs the flow of fast-paced combat that Castlevania is typically known for. So I was really hoping for that fight to be over as quickly as possible, but, you know, thankfully it was an exception among several pretty solid bosses. The first boss of the game is definitely pretty spooky too, given the amount of damage you're dealing at that point in the game. The boss that you fight just before the clock tower, also pretty interesting boss. You need to study English language courses. English is tough. English is tough. Good luck with that. But I'm sure you can pick up on a few things from listening to enough of it. That's how things typically go. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the boss just before Clock Tower was interesting. I think that was the sister. One of the sisters. Can't remember. There was the boss that you fight. So there were a couple of returning bosses too, right? The Creature, Medusa, Grand Falloon. Well, it's called Legion, but same thing. You guys get it. There was a couple of returning bosses, but they didn't overdo it. Richter being in the game in a very different form than one would expect was also really nice. You get to fight him, and it's like in the Julius style of boss fight, but although a lot less involved of a boss fight, but still like spirit of Julius lives within Richter in that boss fight still. Yada yada, it goes on. Like the other boss fights were great too towards the end game. I do think the Dracula boss fight, while it was good, I do think having just a hard knowledge check that you just get insta-killed by that late into fighting him is just ridiculous in my opinion. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's just cheap difficulty, in my opinion. Like, I feel like by that point in the game, the player is already mechanically adept enough where they can deal with whatever you throw at them as long as it's reasonable and not hard to read by sight reading, right? But then, because the developers know that, they just decide to throw a curveball at that. You literally have no way of knowing without a couple of attempts. And because it requires a couple of attempts to figure out, requires a couple of attempts to experiment, and each experimentation attempt has a requisite amount of time because of how long phase 1 takes, it's just ridiculous in my opinion. And even with probably better gear than what we had when we did the blind race, I still wouldn't feel that great about such a knowledge check existing that far. Now, that being said, and this is something that the game reinforced throughout with the teamwork, but the dynamic between the two characters, Jonathan and Charlotte, working together to like fight off the bosses and fight off the enemies is really cool. I think that's something that I didn't realize how much I would appreciate in a game like this. Because Castlevania as a series is typically all about like one character, like who's like, you know, the main character, and they're gifted with like the legendary treasure weapon or whatever, the vampire killer, or they have special abilities like Alucard, right? But you're not typically in a position where you're playing as just like two kind of normal people that are under training, and they have to like work together with all they know, right? So I think this game is just like it just feels great to have that as the primary theme and setting, and especially for the boss fights, that I think that's shown through. Dracula boss fight was not an exception there. A couple other bosses that were like that too. Yeah, and I kind of mentioned this before, but the movement is excellent in Portrait of Ruin. Slide is a progression ability that you have to acquire, but you know, even without slide, like your ability to like just navigate, make use of the movement options, switching between characters, jumping off their shoulders, like the movement options are just tremendous in a game like that. And I kind of miss that in Order of Ecclesia, because Order of Ecclesia felt like the movement options were definitely there, but it didn't feel like you could move with such grace compared to like Portrait. Like basically the jump between those two games is still kind of puzzling to me, because Portrait gave a lot more movement options, but you know, Order of Ecclesia's movement is still really good, don't get me wrong, but Portrait definitely feels great to control because of all the options they give you between the two characters. and with all the weaponry you can experiment with, and yada yada. Item drops are cool. The system where you can also acquire different sub weapons for Jonathan to use, or different books for Charlotte to use, is really cool too. The super combinations, like each of them has their own thing that they excel in beyond like the elemental coverage. So, like they have more or less iframes, they have more or less damage. They might have utility that you might not see in other supers. You might find an ability or a book that gives you stat boost, and those stat boosts are very useful, but then it's still like not gonna completely invalidate the other abilities that you can make use of on Charlotte. So again, just a wonderful like package of system mechanics and combat options. And Portrait of Ruin, I think, takes the game to the next level out of all the Castlevania games that I played. So with all this being said, like I kind of gave like a sped up review, like because I didn't do a proper verbal review of this game on my own, but I at least wanted to give some more in-depth thoughts than I did at the end of the blind race last time. But where is this going overall? It's going at the top of upper echelon, right next to Metroid Dread, and that's where it belongs. And by the way, guys, we're going to be moving stuff around after I rank the 2 games that I recently finished, so just keep that in mind. These games will still switch after I finish up. But yeah, overall, Portrait's absolutely going upper echelon, no doubt about it. Great game that I do plan on replaying. And I'm going to experiment with more abilities and sub-weapons when I play again. I'm hoping to see things in a new light when I do that. But from what I even played in the blind race, it was amazing. And it's a shame that they went from this to Order of Ecclesia, but there's nothing wrong with experimenting. And I feel like that's what distinguishes and sets apart each Castlevania entry, is that they all have their own unique aspects to them that makes them worth going back to in their own regard. And Portrait of Ruin is just like unique in a way that I think really incorporates all of the like highest apex of like learnings and polish that the series has accumulated from each successive entry. So that's why I see it in such high regard, especially after having played so many Metroidvanias. It has map markers too, by the way. Like, and the map design in this game is great too, because the fact that the fast travel is available in such an abundance and save points are very predictable, and also placed in places where you can make use of the fast travel in a meaningful way no matter where you are. Like, it's just great, like fantastic. And people that think that having so many fast travel points reduces the difficulty, this game still has a great level of difficulty. The difficulty level is just right. Like, if you make use of the mechanics and you experiment, then you'll have you might have a slightly moderate time with getting through some bosses or roadblocks, but otherwise it's a breeze to get through the game. It's not a problem at all. The difficulty that is present in the game can be overcome by just experimenting more and getting in tune with the mechanics, which is something that I appreciate. The other thing I want to mention, I just remembered right now, a negative point for this game is that I don't like flight in Portrait of Ruin. I don't like flight in this game. It's handled through an ability that you have to cast as Charlotte, and in order to do so, you have to equip the ability in the menu. And it's like, wow, didn't we already address this in Dawn of Sorrow with the loadout swapping? Why do we go backwards here? Like, this is the whole thing that needed to be addressed from Aria of Sorrow, where you'd have to open the menu every time you wanted to swim, right? Like, I was kind of puzzled by that. And the fact that flight itself is really slow, very disappointing. I understand that you can use the owl flight to get to the faster flight in the form of the gravity jump, but I don't think that they should have handled the flight in this game in this way. It should have been its own button. I feel like some of the buttons weren't even used, for that matter, but alas. Oh, actually, no, maybe all the buttons were used. Now that I think about it, it's a DS game, right? So, but regardless, I think some of the buttons that were in the game could have been coalesced, like the partner assist attack. I think that could have been moved to a different combination or something. I don't know. But yeah, overall, Portrait of Ruin, excellent game. I just wanted to mention that though. Okay. Metroid Samus Returns is next. This one I just finished. I finished it last night. And I was kind of combing through my thoughts before the stream. That's why it took longer than I wanted to get stream started. Those of you that saw the premiere earlier. But Metroid Samus Returns. So this game, it can be viewed in two different perspectives, maybe even three. One of the perspectives is it's the game that is the precursor to Metroid Dread in terms of the mechanics. I would call it the spiritual predecessor to Metroid Dread mechanics-wise. It's also the game that is supposed to be a remake of Metroid 2. And keep in mind, it is the first 2D Metroid game in a number of years for the Metroid series. So it can be viewed in those three different perspectives. And it's important to take into account all those three perspectives because this is also the first kind of project that was given to Mercury Steam for the Metroid series. And it can be seen in some aspects of the game, but let's go over it, right? So Samus Returns. This game is like, how to say it? The length of the game is a bit longer than most Metroid games. I think the only Metroid game I've played that's longer than it is Metroid Dread, but even Metroid Dread is not necessarily that long. I feel like this game is like above average in length for a Metroid game overall. I think maybe this might be like the longest Metroid game I've played, but technically Dread is longer if you do everything right. But anyway, point being, this is a longer than average Metroid game, right? This game packs in a lot of progression abilities, but I think the spacing between the progression abilities is just right. Like Dread, the issue I had is that there was not enough time with each individual progression ability, and some of them could have been coalesced for sure. The amount of time it took to get Morph Ball 2 was kind of puzzling, but that's only in hindsight that I can say that. For Samus Returns, you're given a lot of the cornerstone and staple progression abilities early on, so you don't have really much of an issue with it. But even late game, when you start getting things like power bombs and screw attack, you actually have them for quite a long time before the game ends, so it feels like you can mess with them for long enough. But one thing that this game has, progression ability wise, that I think was a highlight for me was the spider ball. Like basically it's the morph ball form where you can hold the shoulder button to stick to the surface that you're on. This progression ability is so cool. I think that was the highlight for me for all the progression abilities. Like this one not only had the most utility, it felt like, but it was also the most creative from what I could tell. Like, because a lot of progression abilities in Metroid games like carry over between each game, right? This one felt like its unique mark for this game compared to all other Metroid games. So personally, even though Spider Ball using it to traverse itself is a little slow, I still felt like this was one of this was the progression ability that made me like kind of think in a way that is much different than I'm accustomed to thinking. Sorry, it's hard for me to express this, but basically, like, you know how normally when you get like double jump in a Metroidvania, right? It's like, okay, this is the game's double jump. Like every Metroidvania has double jump, right? For the most part, so there's nothing much to think about it. But in this game, it had Spider Ball, and I'm like, wow, this like changed my mindset the most compared to all the other progression abilities in this game. So that's how I felt about Spider Ball. It's pretty great. Regarding other progression abilities, you know, it has the Morph Ball bombs. It has Space Jump. It has Ice Beam as a progression ability. This game has I don't know if it's the first Metro game because I haven't played Zero Mission yet, but this is one of the Metro games that uses beam upgrades as keys or as progression abilities, like in order to move forward in the game, because you need like the respective beam or beam attachment or missile or whatever in order to hit the door that corresponds to that weapon. So basically, you know, for example, if you get the plasma beam or wave beam, you can use that for the plasma beam or wave beam door. There's even a spazer door in this game. So once you get the spazer, you use that to destroy the purple door, etc., etc. So this game makes use of that. It's to some degree it's to funnel the player on the correct path so that they don't get lost. But also by doing it in this way, it makes the game a lot more linear. And that's the thing about this game that I wanted to mention. this game is very linear, even though it's open. Like, you can have a Metroidvania that is open, like as in the player can venture the paths that they desire within an area, but then they're still locked on kind of one overall critical path that, you know, you can't really go out of order, or you can't venture too far beyond it. Like, this game is very linear in that regard, especially with the way you're moved through each successive area. You're literally, like, this game names its areas literally 1 through 8. It's pretty funny. We can actually open the game right now because I do have it open in the background. I planned for this, but this game literally numbers its come on, controller's not working. Okay, hold on. I'll fix this later. It's fine. There's no hurry. But yeah, this game literally numbers its areas 1 through 8, and yes, there's a total of 8 areas. Well, technically 9, but anyway. Point being, you navigate through each area successfully in that fashion. And the only reason to go back to a previous area is to get like an item that you couldn't get with the previous progression ability. And all those items are technically optional. There's nothing that you need to backtrack for, per se, in order to progress. So yeah, this game very linear. However, within each individual area, basically this game is such that you have to target a certain requisite amount of Metroids, and the Metroids are all like mini bosses pretty much that you fight over and over and over, because it's the same mini boss each time. You fight them over and over and over, and in that way you're able to clear the area and do the next one. But thankfully each Metroid within an area you're able to target like in any order that you'd like, as long as you do all of them eventually. And the way this game handles each individual Metroid, it's like a mini boss, right? There's kind of different types of Metroid mini bosses, and you'll see different types of them throughout the game. But I think one of my criticisms for this game is that it's a little bit repetitive with the Metroid mini boss fights. Feels like they should have added a bit more distinguishing components to each of them, like beyond like, oh, this one has an elemental like effect or whatever, or this one has, I don't know, slightly more HP or something. Like, I think they needed to add a bit more distinguishing aspects to them, because fights are a bit repetitive in my opinion. Thankfully by the end of the game, I think I started enjoying the game more. And something that I want to mention too is that the enemies in this game are extremely annoying. Very, very annoying. A lot of flying enemies, a lot of enemies that are kind of tiny and hard to hit until you get the spazer. The spazer makes it a lot easier, right? And later on when you get the plasma beam as well, it makes it a lot easier. But the enemies are so tanky and they're hard to hit, and there's a lot of flying enemies. So without the parry, it becomes a bit of a slog to get through enemies just while you're traversing. Obviously in Metroid games, there's not really any incentive to interact with enemies unless you're trying to recover resources, but oftentimes the enemies are located in just inconvenient enough of a spot where without clearing them, you might have a hard time getting past to the part that you actually want to go to. But yeah, that being said, regarding the parry, this is the first Metroid game with a melee attack, and in this case it's a parry, and you can only parry against attacks that are parryable. Some enemies have like yellow flash on their attacks that they'll do against you, and that's the timing where you can parry them. When you parry them in this way, it stuns them, and then if you do the attack afterwards, it one-shots, right, for regular enemies. And when you kill an enemy in this way, you get a bit more resources than you would recover otherwise. Like, let's say you get more Eon gauge recovery, or you get more missiles back, or you get more health back, for example, right? I do think it's a cool idea to implement, but Dread obviously just had a much better implementation overall that felt a lot more coherent. Because in this game, it just feels like it kind of slows down the pace unnecessarily. I mean, the pace is already slow to begin with for a large part of the game because the enemies are so tanky and such. But even then, like, the fact that you have to wait for them to do their parryable attack, and then, you know, that's when you can really get past them smoothly, is just not really something that fit well in a Metroid game, for me personally. At least for this entry. Like, obviously in Dread it's much better, but in this game I think it's a bit of a problem. If it were paired better with the enemy design though, like as like a multi-purpose combat tool, rather than like, oh, a binary stun and kill when you specifically use it against the yellow attack that the enemy does. I think it could have been much better. Because it's rarely used for bosses in this game, rarely. In the cases where it's used for bosses, it's a mandatory like way to progress through the phase of a boss, from what I could tell. As a like a quick time event, essentially. And we'll go further on that note. The bosses in Metroid Samus Returns, I already mentioned like the mini bosses being the same thing 50 billion times, but the actual bosses themselves, far and few between for how long this game is. I wish this game actually had more proper bosses, to be honest, because it felt like there was an opportunity missed. The last two bosses fought in the game, I can't remember their names because I'm not really familiar with like Metroid characters or lore in that regard, but the last boss you fight in Metroid Samus Returns is Ridley as you make your way back to the ship, and by then you got the Metroid like on your side and such, so there's like a lot of cutscenes with that, right? But the Ridley fight is cool because, you know, it doesn't try like it has some like, I guess, how to say it, it has some elements that will keep you on edge because you're not sure if you're finished with the fight and whatnot, because they're like extra phases, right? But the fight itself is good enough where like it's not trying to like do some outright knowledge checks on you or whatever. It's literally just, you know, shoot them down and dodge the attacks. It's very reasonable. I think that fight was good. And the fight just before Ridley as well is really good too. It's a longer fight with multiple phases and a lot of kind of tight dodges that are necessary for it. But that fight is really cool for me because, you know, a lot of it's like sight read dodges. A lot of it is you making use of the full capabilities of your arsenal by that point in the game, and makes a lot of tools that you've acquired up to that point really shine. However, the boss that I didn't like in the game, Diggernaut is what it's called, I think. This boss, man, like, I don't know how to describe it other than like, this is like the waiting simulator boss. Basically, you can't hit Diggernaut until it does specific attacks, and you have to hit it with a specific attack of your own. So figuring out which attack you have to hit it with is such a slog. Like, it takes a long time per attempt to experiment because the boss just takes forever to get to the part of its attack where you can hit it with said attack that you need to hit it with. So I had a big issue with that personally. And getting through that boss was such a pain because towards phase 3, you have to do a specific thing to get the final set of damage on it, and it is not straightforward at all to figure it out. So I was annoyed, but thankfully got through it. Like, it's not a hard boss, it's just very annoying and waste your time. Of course, that's the kind of boss that I'll dislike. But yeah, I think that's all regarding the bosses. Otherwise, you know, I just think the bosses were kind of repetitive because you just fight the same Metroid fight over and over to clear an area, blah, blah, blah. But the last two fights of the game are really good. Regarding more about the exploration, I already mentioned it's really good. It felt open despite the fact that it's linear because you could still target Metroids within an area in any order you'd like. And in general, you could explore and venture through an area in any direction you wish, as long as you basically eventually acquire the progression abilities that lock the next area's access. But usually you come across it anyway, because by the time you get to the last two Metroids or last Metroid of an area, you'll probably have gotten the progression ability that you need for that area. Yeah, fast travel is also pretty good. Like, I was surprised how good the fast travel was. Dread's fast travel didn't feel that good by comparison, but that's because that game like kind of funnels you in a more closed manner in the pathing anyway. But this game's fast travel was pretty good. I will say, like, some areas had much fewer fast travel points than others, which is kind of puzzling, but not anything super egregious. Towards endgame, there were kind of a lot of fast travel points in spots that I wouldn't have expected. Save points as well, for that matter. But on that note, I do think the game could have used more save points. Save points were kind of unevenly distributed. Felt like it should have been more in some spots and fewer in others. Like, late game, there were a lot of save points, and it felt like it was overdoing it. But alas, right? Regarding the controls, because these controls are very experimental at the time for the Metroid series especially, because these controls were a first and later kind of iterated upon for Metroid Dread. The controls are actually good, except for the touchscreen nonsense. Basically, when you switch, and this is why I wanted to open the game, but can't really do it easily. Let me see if I can find my controls quickly. Controls. Yeah, let's just find my controls quickly. I'm not sure why it wasn't allowing me anyway before. Okay, circle pad. C-stick. I don't think this is used for anything in Metroid Samus Returns, but we'll just do it. It's fine. Alright, there we go. Home, we'll do this. Alright. Pretty good. So I can illustrate some of the things I'm talking about with the game open now. Pause the music briefly. So, specifically the point I was talking about the controls, right? Basically, you have the free aim, right? This is the first game with the free aim in the Metroid series. And the free aim is great. Like, don't get me wrong. This is a great idea and fantastic implementation. I think this is how it should be. Now, that being said, again, a lot of the enemies are very tiny, and a lot of them are also flying enemies. They're very annoying to deal with, and there's a lot of tanky enemies in this game as well. I do think having the free aim for enemy design like that is a bit weird, but thankfully, once you get the Spazer, it's not as big of a deal. But that's the thing, like, the combat for this game just gets much better towards endgame rather than like early on in the game where you're stuck with like relatively mediocre methods of interacting with the enemies, right? But that being said, the controls are overall great. Now, that's with regard to like the free aim, the missile switching, you know, morph ball, etc., and the fact that you can run, and you know, this is one of the games that you can unspin. So if you're spin jumping, you can unspin. Come on. Yeah, you can unspin with like the free aim button, right? And you can also respin in this game. So if you did a normal jump, you can still spin afterwards without having to do a space jump. Or spin jump, rather. But anyway, regarding the touchscreen, I think this is where the game's controls kind of fall flat for me. For the Eon abilities, thankfully it's all set with the D-pad. You don't have to interact with the touchscreen whatsoever, right? So that aspect is good. Also, looks like I didn't set the right button for left D-pad. There we go. So the Eon abilities can all be set using the D-pad. I think that's great. That's fantastic. And it makes me wonder why they didn't do that for the arsenal weapons themselves. Like the fact that you have to tap the touchscreen to switch to Ice Beam, tap the touchscreen to switch to Grapple Beam, and then if you hold the missile button, you get to use your missiles, right? But in order to switch to super missiles, you have to tap the touchscreen again and hit the super missiles. And then if you don't want to use the super missiles anymore, you have to switch back to missiles like that. I think it's a little clunky for that, personally. I'm not sure why they did it like that. And thankfully for the power bombs, you don't have to worry about that at all, because you just got to hold R for power bombs in this game. But it just puzzles me that they made certain functions of the weapons attached to the touchscreen rather than just making them like select or D-pad associated like they did with the Eon abilities. But that's like a minor thing. That's like my major, or I shouldn't say minor thing. It is a major thing for me personally, but that is my only complaint for the controls, really. The controls foundationally are good. It's just that having the touchscreen be how to switch between these different weapons is a bit of a disappointment, especially when they had a good idea already in the fact that you can use the D-pad to switch between Eon abilities. And on that note, just mechanically, system mechanic wise with the Eon abilities, they're all fantastic. I like them a lot. The one that I probably like the least is the phase thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it's basically like the time slow and it's used as a progression ability for some brief sections and very small portion of the game, but otherwise it's not really used that much, or it's not required that much. I don't think it was integrated in the best way, but it's a cool little idea that could have been messed around with a bit more. But all the other ones are great. Having this one to be like extra armor is really cool because it gives you like another health pool that you can work with, and you can always turn it off. I don't like the fact that it enhances your parry because it costs Eon gauge to enhance your parry, which is a bit of an annoyance. But regardless, this is like a great mechanic by itself. The EX shot is great too. I don't know what this is actually called, but it's basically, actually we can just check right now what it's called. Beam burst, yeah. Beam burst is great. I like this one because it like not only is required to kill some enemies, but it also just allows you to have different damage output than you would normally. So I think it's great. And then of course the scan pulse in this game, which is this game's X-ray scope, or you can call it pulse radar. But yeah, this is great too because it also reveals part of the map. It doesn't just reveal like hidden tiles, it also reveals the map, which I think is a critical component of it, because there's a lot of times where you're looking for secrets or you're looking for where to go next, and it's sometimes unclear, right? But if you have the scan pulse, you can always be able to tell where you need to go. So yeah, I appreciated that. Yeah. So overall, I think the controls are fine, and I like the Eon gauge system. The fact that it's fairly easy to come by, and it kind of pushes you to make use of the armor as your extra health pool, right? Because it's so easy to come by this resource. But yeah, I just wish that they, well, partially I kind of wish that they didn't separate super missiles and regular missiles. I wish they kind of coalesced them like they did for Dread, which is what they ended up doing later on, right? But having them separated just feels a bit incoherent. Ice beam and regular beam being separated makes sense, especially for some boss fights and how they work. When you fight all the Metroid mini bosses, they get hurt by ice beams a bit differently than they get by regular shots, like the regular beam. So I understand why they separated those. But yeah. Wow, it's actually way easier to use the 3DS because when I did my playthrough of this game, it was all on 3DS, but I transferred my save files to the emulator just to demonstrate some things for the stream. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I still think the super missiles and regular missiles should have been coalesced. But I think the only reason I'm really complaining about that is the fact that you have to tap the touchscreen to switch between them. It's very annoying. But yeah, that's that. What else was there? Yeah, this game seemed to be the first one to color code the doors or something, or the blocks. I'm actually not sure though, because again, I haven't played Zero Mission. But the system of like having the doors coded by like the progression ability needed to destroy them was really nice to make it like not so cryptic. I think the one thing that this game had that was cryptic was for spider boosting, and I haven't even gotten the items that are related to spider boosting, but basically, if those of you that don't know what spider boosting is, it's supposedly, I guess, a hidden mechanic, I don't know, but if you are in morph ball form and you use the spider attachment, which allows you to stick to surfaces, right, and then you use the power bomb, you like get like a massive boost supposedly in the respective direction, right? So it's like a mega bomb jump, you can think of it like that. The issue is that the game doesn't really tell you at all, or like they hint that you kind of probably need such a thing, but they don't really tell you how to make use of it. And from what I can tell, it's in like a strategy guide only. Quite a shame. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, the quality of life in this game is great. The map shows you all you need to know. It shows you items that you collected. It shows you items that you did not collect yet. It shows you certain doors and codes them by color for the respective ability that you need to destroy them. The ones that you don't have the ability to get to at the time are marked with the question marks until you get the ability to destroy them, right? Metroids are marked on the map, and if you are unclear on where to find the Metroids, you can go back to the respective like Metroid stand or whatever it's called. Where is that? It might not even show up for this area anymore. But you go to respective Metroid stand, and it'll like give you like a map waypoint. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So this marker is like the Metroid stand I'm thinking of, and we can see it's called the Chozo seal. There we go. Yeah. So you go to respective Chozo seal. It'll give you waypoints for each Metroid, and it's super nice. Even beyond that, map markers are great. They give you plenty of map markers, more than you can probably really care to use. They also give you item % completion. Like right now I have 50% completion for this map, but if you visit the other maps, it'll show you the percentage for those maps individually, which is amazing. Like, this is how you do it. Such great quality of life features. So it makes going for 100% very, very simple without wasting the player's time unnecessarily. Yeah, beyond that, like aesthetically for this game, the environments are beautiful. A lot of different colors being used for this game. A lot of environments that you don't typically see in a Metroid game either, from my understanding. I mean, perhaps games like Metroid Prime had them though, because I didn't play any of the Metroid Prime games. But you know, the environments in this game didn't exist in the other 2D Metroid games that I played. So it was nice to see some variety, and the colors especially. The enemies weren't. The enemies, on the other hand, weren't really in variety. In fact, a lot of the enemies were just like armor swaps or like palette swaps of each other. Like, oh, you can hit them with this, but you know, other enemies like, oh, they're immune to this, so you have to use like a different weapon type to kill them. Like, you can't use like missiles, for example. You have to use the beam burst, or you can't use a screw attack on them. You have to use power bomb or something. You know, like those are the only differences in the enemies for the most part, because the enemies stayed the same the whole game, pretty much. Like this enemy you can only hit with like the beam burst and power bomb, from what I can tell. Where are you? Yeah, the enemy you kill with the beam burst, right? But yeah, overall the enemy variety is not great, but the environments are wonderful, fantastic. I like them a lot. This game is a 3DS game. Honestly, like, I wouldn't say it looks amazing as a 3DS game, but I don't really have a good frame of reference because I wasn't playing during a lot of the 3DS era 3DS games. But I would say this game was good. Like, I liked looking at this game. Yeah, lots of terrain diversity, etc., etc. I do think, like, I want to reiterate this too, I do think the game got much better towards the end with the progression abilities and the end-game weaponry. Because, again, the enemies are just too tanky in the beginning, and it's kind of a slog to get through them. But otherwise, I did enjoy this game overall. Now, how it shapes up against the other Metroid games I've played, unfortunately, I can't say that it's the Metroid game that I enjoyed the most, to be honest. Like, I feel like pretty much all the other Metroid games I've played I enjoyed more, except for Fusion, perhaps. Fusion maybe about the same or slightly lower. But for this game, overall, I know I gave like a long-winded explanation of my review on it, but it's because I haven't talked about this game in any capacity on this channel yet, so I just wanted to make sure to be fully detailed. But where we will rank it, it'll go at the top of enjoyable, just below Ori, and we will be moving around other stuff in here, so just you wait, guys, okay? So now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other games I've played and see if we can reevaluate where they should belong placement-wise. So first things first, gold standard, I'm not moving any of these. These will remain unchanged. Upper echelon, these two are good where they are. Prince of Persia, I'm actually gonna move slightly down, but not by much. It's probably gonna go here. This game is really good. But Dawn of Sorrow, on the other hand, I think this one I am going to drop down to enjoyable. Portrait of Ruin is much better than Dawn of Sorrow for me personally. In fact, I think I'm going to put Dawn of Sorrow just above Metroid Samus Returns. And that's where I'll stick it at. Maybe... yeah, above Ori. I think that's appropriate. Like, this feels right. Like, the thing about Dawn that I like still is it improves upon a lot of the polish issues that Aria had. with like the menus for, you know, opening to switch to Skula and back, and then some of the balance being improved from Aria as well with the souls. But Portrait is just so much better that I feel like I have to reevaluate Dawn. Harmony of Dissonance, it's a tough one because I'm still in a position where this game was really influential on me. Like, I really liked this game. The movement is amazing. The music is to my taste. And I love traversing throughout the castle, although, yeah, it has its problems with the confusion of the layout. And the combat can be a bit awkward, especially on all of the bosses where they're very rudimentarily designed. But I do think overall this game is upper echelon. Very underappreciated game. So I think I'll stick with where I have it for now. But other games like Order of Ecclesia, I think Order of Ecclesia is right where it should be too. In fact, I am gonna move D-Lit, but I mean, I don't know. D-Lit's not decent. I think D-Lit's better than decent. The only issue I had with D-Lit is very short and very linear. The short part doesn't matter as much as the linear part, but the fact that it's short and linear just makes it kind of unfortunate. Like I'm not against a linear Metroidvania, but what I do prefer is when the game tries to get out of its comfort zone and explore to the full the things that it incorporates exploration wise or mechanics wise. And I feel like D-Lit had a lot in it that it didn't, that it wasn't bold enough to fully try to realize and see through, especially with the layout of the castle. So yeah, but it was enjoyable. So I do think it's a cut above the stuff in Decent. So I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I think other than this, I think I'm good with the updated placements and moving around. And haven't finished. I don't think there's any new games I started and haven't finished that are worth putting in this tier. So for now, we'll leave it. But yeah, this is my Metroidvania tier list update, guys. Now that I've played all of the Metroidvania Castlevania games, I have a much better picture on the series as a whole. But with that being said, I still have a lot of Metroidvania still yet to play in my backlog, so we'll be revisiting this and giving it the necessary updates as we go along. But for now, let's go ahead and save this. Save. Download. Alright, there we are. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it for that. Now that we've given our tier list update as planned, give me a brief moment to boot up SotN Rando. We're gonna play that. There's been a couple updates to SotN Rando, so I want to give it a shot. Check out the new presets, check out the new settings. So give me a second for that. Okay, we'll play, what should we play? Guess we'll play safe. Play safe with fast warps. Okay. Let's get to it. Yeah, I don't think I have any of the actual updated settings enabled for this preset, but we can try one of the newer ones the next time. That is when I get back. Yeah, but we can see like that you can now use like separate colors for Richter. That's pretty cool. Whoa, Alucard looks a little sick. Okay. This is safe, so I gotta look at actually item descriptions this time. Whoa. Echo. I'll do the spellbound check. Iron ball. Yeah, Alucard looks like poisoned or something. It's crazy. Okay. And no weapon. Feels nice to have, what's it called? Petra Spirit. Feels nice to have spells in general. Max. Thought I saw an item drop here. Cube of Zoe, I'll take it. Come on. Nice stopwatch. Well, that's annoying. I'll just go this. So this olive guy looks sick. Looks like he needs to go to the hospital. Ah, missed it. It's fine. These days I keep missing that jump. I have lab. Very scroll. Is it even randomized? Loopstone. Okay. Ah, okay, so they did update safe here. Looks like it shows the proper item names. That's good. Alright, so there's Mob Lung, there's Skull Shield, there's more McGill. Can't afford more McGill. God's Garb. Varda for 3k. But it's not a real Varda. Unfortunate. Okay, well, I get my shield for sure. And Moblung? Guess so. Might as well, right? And I'll get some elixirs. Yep, that's all. Power of Wolf. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I'll take it. That's crazy. Alright, then, well, we're solved with combat then. So I guess we'll go to Coliseum. Let me get the warp here first. I mean, I could do... keep... Fine, I'll just do this. Oh, nice. Okay. Library guard, excellent. Sort of done. Sure. I mean, we don't need to do this, but I rarely have stopwatch at this point in the game, so might as well take a peek. Ice brand. I should... Do I need the warp right now? You know what? I'll still get it. It's fine. I will find... I'll just go ahead and get it. It could be at keep. Gravity boots or whatever flight would be. But anyway, yeah, I'll just hit the work. Oh. Duel of Open. Hey, Gelman, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Going well, thanks. Yeah. About to... Still getting ready for my trip and such. But I wanted to stream one more time before I leave. So we're just chilling with some SotN now. Have you been playing City of the Wolves? Doing well, checking up on the Metroidvania homie. Nice, yeah, thanks. Yeah, we are doing pretty good over here. good games only, you know? As always. Hee. Let me switch. Honestly, not yet. Your friend is super big into League and wants you to try the 2xKO joint. Oh dear, 2xKO. That directionless game. I really hope the devs find themselves, because that game needs a lot of soul searching right now. By the looks of it. You missed the beta, unfortunately, and no 0 LOL characters. Oh, I see. Probably for the better, to be honest. That's not a bad thing. Please don't tell me your friend is trying to get you to play League. That would not be good. That part can be skipped. Stop that at the door. Nice. Okay, good, good. Very good. That game is truly evil. Like, okay, the community aside, the fact that the devs insist on you playing the way they want you to play and no other way. If you play in a way they don't like, then they patch it out. And the solution that they have is dead set on making sure that you don't do the thing that they patched out. Like if you play some like off meta way, like with a champion in the way that they don't want you to, instead of like encouraging it, they're like, no, how dare you, and they patch it out. Truly a shame. And you'll need to see it right now. No need. But why not do the shield spell right now? And that way we won't have to reapply it. Oops, I gotta switch the shield. Oh, I gotta do it again. Wow. There we go. Sounds gross. When will they learn? Multiverses? Yeah. They just, I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm so glad that I'm so glad that there's a lot of other good MOBAs out there. Because League is just a really bad game. And then even if the game were good, you still have to deal with the community. One of the worst communities in all of online gaming. There's gravity boots. Why am I doing this check? I don't need to do this. But yeah, 2xKO, yeah, that game has basically no direction in my opinion. They really need to figure out what kind of game they want and what kind of player base they want to cater to. It's no good when you can try to cater to everybody and you end up catering to nobody in that process. time. Releasing with 10 characters, the tag game, and then the excuse is we really want to get the game in the players' hands. It's just ridiculous. Bruh. Fine. Nice. You almost forgot about the roster? Yeah, they want you to forget. And I've seen some people cope on Twitter, like saying like, oh, BlazBlue had 12 characters on launch. That was an original IP, and also that game is not a tag game. Hello? Riot has an IP already there for them. They have over 150 characters to choose from. That's no excuse. I saw a library card, so I'm gonna go here. Or potential library card, I should say. Don't know yet if it's a library card. Ah, come on. But yeah, I'm very disappointed in 2XKO. It's a lot of money and resources going into that game, and they can't seem to find their footing. And Riot is undoubtedly going to have unreasonable expectations for that game, and we all know how that goes. XKO and City of the Wolves. You guess you haven't been in your fighting game mood in a while? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I feel that so much. I'm going to KGP, and I've not really been playing that many fighting games lately myself. KGP and Evo Japan, but I'll be getting my VF practice in due time. We'll be fine. I'm better off getting my VF practice in Japan, since there will be some offline events in the lead up. Nothing at Demon card. That increases the likelihood of Grand Flume, unfortunately. Should I just check it? I feel like checking is a bad idea still. I'm gonna come back here anyway. Alright, we'll quickly check Fire Bat. You've been seeing VF here and there, and they're kind of sneaking back up to be the 3D FG of choice. Yeah, that's because of how badly Tekken 8 is messing up, partly, right? So it's pretty funny. Yeah, Tekken 8 Season 2 disaster. Yeah, exactly. Pretty hilarious. Let's go to entrance. Maybe I should have checked Merman, to be honest. Yeah, now that I think about it, I should have done that. It's okay. Surely nothing will be there. But yeah, this is VF's time. Never been a better time for VF to reclaim the throne. for 3D fighters. And VF6 is on the horizon as well, so exciting. Sega seem to be taking it seriously too, so always a good sign. Merman surely doesn't have anything. Yeah, now that I'm playing safe again, I don't know. Like, I feel like Spellbound doesn't really do anything meaningful enough to differentiate itself from safe, in my opinion. Like, we would think that the, you know, not starting with spells thing is cool, but it doesn't end up making that much of a difference in the end. The movement is so peak in that game, in VF, yeah, absolutely. 100%. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Spirit Orb. Okay, come on. Power of Mist. Okay, there's still plenty of flight checks left, so hopefully it's not Merman. I mean, why would it be Merman, right? But we're still looking for a ring, technically, so. The ring will just be here and it'll be beautiful. Okay, it's a wall. Well, that's still convenient. I don't mind. And we'll check for some library cards. Okay, no library cards. Yeah, this grape juice color is grape juice poison color. Very odd. Oh, we got a nice color on the wolf, though. I like it. Power of Sire. No library card. first save. Alright, speed up all rocks. Nothing. Okay. The rings are probably progression, maybe? Still have no clue where the other ring is. Nothing. Okay. Come on, Castle Keep. Nothing at Leapstone, so I'm glad I didn't go here first. 'Cause yikes. I should get the warp here. Just right now. In case I forget. Nothing. What is going on? Where's the progression? Wow, nice. Okay, mist is right there. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Should I library card? I don't know if I should. I have one library card, right? Yeah, I just have one. I'm not gonna use it right now. Well, nah, yeah, I can. So if I go to Spike Room, then I can use it. Because I was thinking about going to Spike Room after this. Not the silver ring one, but The one in Catacomb. Wait. Oh, I should do silvering first, though. Yeah, I should do silvering right now. I'm close to it. Gotta save my mana a little bit. Elixir. Let me just use that. Then I'll library card after checking this. No! Okay. Thanks. Thankfully you have door iframes in this game. Oh! Oops. So there's glasses. Wow, interesting. Well, I should definitely full clear. Wait, should I though? Let me at least check what's because this would imply that that could be first castle. Wait, no. If anything, no, not bat first castle. Sorry, Spikebreaker first castle. This could be Spikebreaker right here. But it's fine to check right now. Should run. Yeah, so that's Spikebreaker, okay. Well, I should definitely check. That means Bat's second castle then. Definitely check Spikebreaker right now. Probably full clear, except Merman. I'll skip Merman. And I guess Grand Floon or whatever. It could just be a random blad there, right? Potentially. But I don't want to have to come back to first console. Oh, did I really not go from all rocks to get to silver ring? Yikes. Oops. Uramasa. Let me just put on spec breaker. It's faster anyway. Man. Yeah, I'll save split, go into Grand Floon. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, the skill of Wolf, but I don't need that. Let's go to Merman and then finish this up. I guess the route kind of works out because it's such that I actually probably shouldn't skip Merman. I said go to Merman. I meant go to Holy Symbol, but probably shouldn't skip Merman anyway. Oh, the spell ran out. Okay. Full shield, where are you? That's final Vlad. It's time for the good old left side, right side gamble. Yeah, full cleared first castle. I mean, the route wasn't like bad for doing that, but maybe I could have seen ahead and skipped library. Or not library, solo bat. But, you know, I used the library card there anyway, so. It's fine. We'll go to Merman, look for Vlad. No, I should try this out. Ah, already messed it up. Yeah, this is hard. True platforming game when you use the wolf to get through this. Hey, what's up, Rafra? Hope you're doing well. I ranked Portrait and Metroid Samus Returns earlier. If you want to peep the VOD back. Portrait's near the top of upper echelon, right behind Metroid Dread. I've had some time to think about it, so I'm pretty confident in that placement, but I'm going to replay it too later on my own. Oh. Alright, left side or right side, guys? Classic. How's City of the Wolves been? Have you been playing it? Way too many Hotaru and Kane. Yeah, that's what I hear. Yikes. Well, I mean, everyone's trying to win that 1.5 million, so you want to win, yo? Pick a top tier. Give me the holy glasses, thank you. Oh, my spell got removed after the cutscene, I guess. Oh, I didn't do the poll. Okay. Vote in your heart. Left side or right side? I'm going left side, though. Oh, okay. Well, one more Vlad. Wait, why am I doing item checks? I should just go. J. Bruh. The wolf movement in this room is very tricky. I need to practice it. Bro. That, I'll take it. Okay, I'll check that cape. I just want to see what color it is. Oh, okay, that looks kind of sick. Wait a minute. Oh, this looks sick. Christmas colors. Kinda. Let me just use, I don't know, shield rod for this fight. GG's. The left side wins. Never doubted it for a second. Right. Dime loss. Alright. GG's. I almost want to do another one. Yeah, I'll do another one instead of Bleach Dark Souls, actually. Let me push the title. So you've made it. All right, let me get a new seed generated. Save. Fast warps. Tracker and we'll start. Surely by the time I come back, the Isaac update will have happened. Surely. Yeah, I like this cape as well. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Iron Fist. Oh. Oh. Lead stone. Ow. Nice, the Garnet. Come on. So it could be at keep, the progression. Which is annoying, that's for sure. Wow, really? I'm gonna think. I mean, I'm already going to library. The density's better at library. I should at least go to Outer Wall, that is. But if I'm going to Outer Wall, I might as well go to library. Which means I'll have to play Doppelganger. I should check that. Have double jump. Okay. How did I get hit by that? Jank hitbox. There we go. I guess I could use double jump anyway. Vlad. Fame Vlad. This last seed. Let me get the warp. Shield, nice.
I'm interested.
Or missed. Library cards for very cheap, very nice. Okay, let me wait on it though. Gold blade for 10k. Fire shield, shaman shield. Duplicator for its vanilla price. Okay. So let's get man, the weapons are pretty bad, and I can't afford the better weapons. It's okay, I'll get the library card. Some elixirs. I guess that's it. Yeah, I mean, nah, I mean, I'll get the Harper, I guess. The Harper is not bad. I have to settle for it, but it's not the worst thing to have to settle for. Okay, to Castle Keep we go. Oh, Covenant Stone, nice. Excellent. Now I don't mind at all having the Harper. Ah, not a library card. Come on. I guess this can be jewel of open, so I'm gonna still go for ladder. Okay. And it's gravity boots, alright. Did not matter. It almost never matters anyway. Rapier, not bad. Holy glasses, ew, ew. Ugh. Not what I want to see. Okay, let me do a loop around. Yeah. Start from entrance. I don't really want to go to the castle right away, so I'd rather do this right now. Falchion. Nothing. All duds so far. That is very concerning. You don't like to see progression be behind holy glasses, meaning second castle, this early. Oh no. Where's Julep open? Probably second castle. Okay, there's a library card. Okay, that's like the out here. Alright, that's good. Alright, we'll go to sword card and then we'll go to second castle. I guess I should do fire or bat though. Let me do that actually. Quick item check here though. Wow. Terrible. So the progression is second castle, huh? I mean, I guess there's sword card, but again, like, I'm just gonna go. Sword card takes too long to check. In isolation. So this sucks.
No. What have I done?
Nothing.
What? What? What was that? Okay, something's wrong. My goodness. At least we got a bot. Starflow. I just love early second castle seats. Bad. I would love to keep that, but it's not worth it. Doppelganger time. Spike breaker. Wow. Nice. Owie. Ow. At least it got boosted the correct way each time. Oh my goodness. I'm about to die. Fine. There was nothing. Oh wait, no. Doppelganger had spike breaker. Yeah, I had to jump back because Elixir didn't heal right away. I'll get the spike breaker. It's fine. Could be useful. Really? Oh my goodness. Where's my shield? Wow. I am about to die again. Ugh. And I might be dead anyway. Oh, live. Wow. All we got was Spike Breaker. I think I'm obligated to go Galmoth right now, fortunately. One second. Jet black coat. It's pretty sick. We're gonna save here just in case I mess this up. Wow. Messed it up. Let's reset. Actually, if I didn't hit him there from behind him, it might have still worked. Bro, what? Okay, there we go. a long time. This is bad damage or something? No, it's good damage. That took a long time though. And it's all for nothing. Let's go. Wow, right side empty. Or left side empty, except for Spike Breaker. Spike Breaker is not useful enough. Oh, tell me it's sword card, man. Please. Wow. Is that the progression? Simply go right side? That easy? It's that easy? What happened to my cloak? Oh, I save splited away? Game. No. Bruh. A ring, really? This is just right side. Go right side. And you instant win. Sometimes it's like that. We have Power of Siren. Monster Vials. Should have Pentagram too, right? Yeah, okay. Well. Well. In that case, I'll just, you know, just use what I'm gonna use anyway. Oh no, come on. There we go. Good. Well, we should see its stats still. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh, I forgot I don't have Jewel of Open. Streamer. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to First Castle. Feels Above's not gonna have anything. I forgot. Nah, Feels Above, absolutely not gonna have anything.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this.
Vorpal Blade.
Thank you.
How was it? I'm curious what this cape looks like, or yeah, cloak, however you want to call it.
Thank you. Farewell for
Okay, a little weird looking. I think it's because of the see-throughness. You know, I'm gonna just use Vorpal Blade on main hand. Wow, this seed is a disaster. Crazy. Crash seed. I don't know what to say. Ah. hard sword. So right now we're looking at Leaf Stone 1, Gravity Boots 2, Holy Glasses 3, Rings 4, Jewel 5, right? Some nonsense like that. Okay. I'll take it. That's nice. The issue right now is that Beelzebub can just have a random Vlad, and that would really suck. Heaven's Sword. I do like Heaven's Sword. We'll have to do blind bat here. Well, we don't have to. I have spike breaker, but let me practice blind bat still. This looks good, I think. Oops. Ah, it didn't go low enough. I didn't save. The last time I saved was like a long time ago. Ah. Oh dear. The last time I saved was when I was on left side. All right, we can go ahead and just call it there for that seed. Garbage seed anyway. I lost like 30 minutes, I think. Yep. Not liking that one anyway. It's probably gonna be what? Echo at I don't know, Grand Floon or Merman or something. And then Spike Breaker has Mist to Final Vlad at Silver Ring, something like that. Which means Beelzebub probably would have had a Vlad. No, I didn't go to All Rocks actually. Okay, maybe All Rocks had something. All Rocks or Sword Card. Anyway, we'll call it there, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. So yeah, again, there won't be streams for about 2 weeks, starting from Sunday. Well, I mean, I won't be streaming between now and Sunday, but basically 2 weeks from Sunday, there won't be streams. There won't be streams for a bit. So, yeah, but I will be back around the second week of May. And when I come back, we'll discuss what took place on my trip. Yeah, later, Farfar. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah, also, by the time I come back, I will have known whether I got into SGDQ. But I think they reveal the games list on Thursday of next week. So that'll be coming up. Yeah, spooky, scary. It was a similar position as last year. Last year, I found out whether I made it in while I was away. So, but yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you all next month. Thanks for watching.